Definitely in examination, this is like a guarantee question. With the secretions that are secreted by the salivary glands, which go and store into the salivary receptacle or salivary reservoir from the crop to the gizzard. Ammonotelic animals like fishes, aquatic animals. Ureotelic animals like mammals. So blood vascular system is open type. Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another session of this interesting chapter called Structural Organization in Animals. Myself, B. Shobarani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. Hope you remember in the last session we were studying about a very unique animal and a very common household pest, that is cockroach. We all know cockroach is a cosmopolitan feeder and it is a nocturnal animal and a cursorial animal. And it is very unique. Why this cockroach has been taken for your type study? Because it is a very unique animal, because it is having very unique mouth parts called trophi structures which help the animal to feed on any type of food. And not only that, even the digestive system is very unique in case of this animal. So almost all the features of this animal are very unique, and that is the reason why, just like earthworm, even cockroach is taken as an example for the type study. So as we know, the scientific name of cockroach is called Periplaneta americana. So let us move on. So in the last session, we learnt about the anatomical features, how we differentiate a male cockroach from a female cockroach. And as we know, the whole of the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Now let us study about the anatomical features. So what does morphology deal with? Morphology deals with the study of external features, whereas anatomy deals with the study of internal structures or internal features. As I said, to study the internal features, I think the best part is going for the dissection, but which is now not possible because the department has banned doing this dissection of cockroach nor the frog. But when you really do the dissection, then you will understand all the parts, particularly the digestive system. Here you can see how unique the digestive system of cockroach is. And this is a very, very important diagram even from examination point of view. Definitely in examination, this is like a guarantee question. They will ask you to describe the digestive system of cockroach with a neat label diagram. So this is the diagram what you all are supposed to draw. Like even if you can refer your NCERT textbook, beautiful diagrams have been given in your NCERT book. So as I said, the diagrams which is given in the NCERT book only you are supposed to draw, not any other reference book, because they will be awarded marks with the diagrams drawn only from the diagrams which is given in the NCERT textbook, like the diagram what you are seeing on the board, so on the slide. So let me move on to this very unique system called the digestive system. So as I said, it is a cosmopolitan feeder feeding on all types of food. So the mouth parts will help the animal to grind the food. But how is the process of digestion taking place in this particular unique system called digestive system, and what are all the parts that are included in the alimentary canal or the digestive system? Let us study. So moving on to the first very important system called digestive system. Here you can see the digestive system of cockroach. Here you can see the digestive system of cockroach. Right. Now, alimentary canal or the digestive system is divided into three parts, three regions. That is foregut, midgut and hindgut. Foregut is also called stomatium. Midgut is also called mesenteron. Hindgut is called proctodicum. So here the whole of them is divided into foregut, midgut and hindgut. The mouth opens into a short pharynx leading to esophagus. Now first let us study about the mouth parts. So here you can see this is nothing but called the salivary glands, and here you can see the salivary receptacle, reservoir, or it is called receptacle. So on either side of the head region, you can see the salivary glands and the salivary receptacles. Then starting from the pharynx, you can see a large structure, and this is called as the crop. So first one is pharynx. On either side of the head region, you can see what? You can see the salivary glands with salivary receptacles which store the secretions. Then from the pharynx, it leads into a very huge crop, stomach-like structure, just like how the stomach in our body is a storage organ. Even the crop is very large, and that is acts as a stomach. So crop is nothing but like acting as a stomach. And here can you see this very unique region? This is called gizzard. Here you can see the salivary gland, esophagus, and the pharynx. Here you can see the gizzard. You know, as I said, it feeds on paper, it feeds on food grains, right? Then vegetables, then hard substances. So this very unique part of the digestive system called gizzard does the grinding process. So what is the function of gizzard? Grinding the food what it has eaten. Grinding the food. See how very, as I said, that is the reason why it is very unique and it is a cosmopolitan. It is can we eat anything which is hard because we cannot digest it. In a similar way, this cockroach is able to feed on any type of food because it is having a very unique system called digestive system which can digest any type of food with the secretions that are secreted by the salivary glands which go and store into the salivary receptacle or salivary reservoir. From there it goes to the pharynx, from the pharynx to the crop, from the crop to the gizzard. So imagine how unique this digestive system is. And near the gizzard, you can see tubular structures. They are called hepatic caecae. You may wonder what is the function of, salivary gland? To secrete salivary enzymes. What is the function of salivary receptacle or reservoir? To store the secretions of the salivary gland. From there on, the pharynx leads into a the tubular pharynx leads into esophagus, from esophagus to crop. So what is the function of crop? To store the food. From there on, you can see the gizzard. What is the function of gizzard? Grinds the food that is enters the stomach or the crop. Then you can see around it hepatic caecae. What is the function of hepatic caecae? Even hepatic caecae secretes certain enzymes which is poured into the gizzard. So whatever food it is grinded is mixed with the enzymes that are produced by the hepatic caecae. See how unique it is. Then it leads on to midgut. As I said, this is foregut and this is midgut and this is hindgut. From here we call it as hindgut. So this is midgut. From here it is midgut, hindgut and foregut. So here you can see just like how we have intestine, it has a tubular structure. And can you see these very unique structures? They are nothing but called Malpighian tubules, which are the excretory organs, in cockroach. Excretory organs in cockroach, right? Then you can see tubular small thin thread-like structures, yellow thread-like structures which are called Malpighian tubules. From there on it leads to ileum, then colon, then rectum. Here you can see the anal styles. So what are the parts of digestive system of cockroach? Salivary glands, salivary receptacle or salivary reservoir, pharynx leads into esophagus, esophagus into crop, crop into gizzard, gizzard into hepatic caecae. From there on, the mesenteron or midgut, followed by small tubular hair-like structures, yellow thread-like structures called Malpighian tubules, which are the organs of excretion in cockroach. Then you can see the midgut, so that is a hindgut with ileum, colon, rectum and anus. So this is about the digestive system, very unique system. So alimentary canal is divided into three parts. What are they? Foregut, that is stomachium, midgut, that is mesenteron, hindgut, that is called procaudicum. Then the mouth opens into short pharynx leading to esophagus. Then esophagus opens into a sac-like crop which stores the food, and crop is followed by gizzard or proventriculus. It is also called as proventriculus. Gizzard contains chitinous teeth for grinding the food. The entire foregut is lined by cuticle. So alimentary canal is divided into three regions: foregut, midgut and hindgut. The mouth opens into short pharynx leading to esophagus. Then esophagus opens into sac-like crop which stores food. Then crop is followed by gizzard or proventriculus. Then gizzard contains what? Chitinous teeth for grinding the food. Then the entire foregut is lined by cuticle. Then a ring of 6 to 8 blind tubules. Here you can see the blind tubules, they are nothing but called hepatic caecae there. Hepatic caecae present at the junction of the foregut and midgut which secretes digestive juices. As I said, the hepatic caecae is mainly responsible for what? For releasing certain digestive enzymes which are poured into the gizzard, and gizzard does the process of grinding the food, and the digestive juices are mixed with the grinded food and the process of digestion takes place. Midgut is long tubular structure at the junction of midgut and hindgut. Another ring of 100 to 150 yellow colored thin filamentous Malpighian tubules are present. Here you can see these are the Malpighian tubules, which are the organs of excretion. Which are the organs of excretion. So, Malpighian tubules are meant for excretion from hemolymph. I think all of you know cockroach blood is colorless. It is devoid or without hemoglobin. That is very unique in cockroach, right? The blood color in case of cockroach is white in color, and it is called hemolymph. The hemoglobin is absent. Then the hindgut is broader and differentiated into ileum, colon and rectum. So here you can see, as I said, midgut and hindgut, organ of excretion. So here hemolymph, salt, uric acid, water into the tubules, excretion of uric acid and feces out, Malpighian tubules. I think all of us know, based on the excretory waste or the nitrogenous waste that are eliminated by the animals, we classify the animals into ammonotelic, uricotelic and ureotelic animals. And these animals eliminate the nitrogenous waste. They eliminate the nitrogenous waste in the form of pellets, it is in the form of uric acid. Hence they are referred to as uricotelic animals. Ammonotelic animals like fishes, aquatic animals. Ureotelic animals like mammals. Uricotelic animals like birds and insects. So they all eliminate the nitrogenous waste in the form of pellets, and it is nothing but called uric acid. So here you can see uric acid and feces out, hemolymph, salt and water recycled. So the hindgut is broader and differentiated into ileum, colon and rectum. So a ring of 6 to 8 blind tubules called hepatic or gastric caecae is present at the junction of the foregut and midgut which secretes digestive juices, and midgut is long tubular-like structure at the junction of midgut and hindgut. Another ring of 100 to 150 yellow-colored thin filamentous called Malpighian tubules are present. Malpighian tubules are meant for excretion from hemolymph, and the hindgut is broader and differentiated into ileum, colon and rectum. Hope you have understood the wonderful digestive system of cockroach, which is very unique and which is also very important from examination point of view. Moving on to the blood vascular system, a very unique system also found in the cockroach. So blood vascular system is open type. In earthworm it was closed type. What do you mean by open? So there are no blood vessels. And also, as I said, the blood in cockroach is white in color, called hemolymph, right? So as I said, that is the reason why we study about this animal. So blood vascular system is open type, so without blood vessels. So blood vessels are poorly developed and open into a space called hemocoel. What do you mean by hemocoel? Coelom filled with blood is called as hemocoel. And visceral organs, what do you mean by visceral organs? Visceral organs means internal organs. Visceral organs means internal organs are located in the hemocoel and dipped in blood called hemolymph. Because the blood vascular system is of open type without blood vessels, the blood is pumped from the heart and directly bathes the cells and the tissues. So there is no blood vessels to carry the blood. So directly the cells and the tissues are bathed in it. Then the hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma and hemocytes. As I said, it is colorless. That is, it is not having hemoglobin. So here you can see heart is an elongated chamber. Heart is an elongated chamber, funnel shaped with ostia. Here you can see heart is funnel shaped. right? Then blood enters into the heart through ostia. Ostia means small pores. Here you can see the aliary muscles, chambers of heart, then anterior aorta. So blood enters into the heart through ostia and is pumped anteriorly into the sinuses. As I said, there are no blood vessels, so directly the cells and the tissues are bathed into the sinuses. The hemocoel, here it is differentiated into three sinuses. One is called pericardial sinuses, perivisceral sinuses, and perineural sinuses. So what is blood vascular system in case of cockroach? Blood vascular system is open type. Blood vessels are poorly developed and open into a space called hemocoel, and visceral organs located in the hemocoel and are dipped in blood called hemolymph. The hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma. As I said, when we do the dissection of cockroach, we will not be able to differentiate the parts because the whole the blood is it is colorless, white in color. So that is the reason why even dissecting the and exposing the parts, dissection and display is very important. What do you mean by display? Like for example, you have come across the digestive system, here the blood vascular system. You are supposed to retain the whole system intact. You're not able to cut, you're not supposed to cut any part. So that is dissection and displaying. The whole system need to be displayed properly, right? And for that we use this black paper or maybe the x-ray, used x-ray sheets, make thin sheets and put it below the each part so that you can display the each and every part of the system, may it be like the digestive system or the blood vascular system or the circulatory system. Mouth parts, as I said, you need to remove and put it on a microslide and see it in a compound microscope. So at this point of time, you can also make use of a compound microscope, which is also called as a dissection microscope at the time of dissection, so that you can see the dissection, you can do the dissection properly. Then so blood vascular system is open type. Blood vessels are poorly developed and open into a space called hemocoel, and visceral organs are located in the hemocoel and dipped in blood called hemolymph. The hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma and hemocytes. Heart is elongated chamber, funnel shaped with ostia. Then blood enter into the heart through ostia and is pumped anteriorly into the sinuses. So the hemocoel it is differentiated into three sinuses called pericardial sinus, perivisceral sinus, and perineural sinus. So moving on to the respiratory system. I think all of us know, like we have studied in phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, have different, arthropods have different modes of respiration. Like, they have trachea, book lungs, right? So in case of cockroach, let us study what are the organs of respiration in case of cockroach. They are nothing but called trachea. Here you can see the trachea, thoracic spiracles, first abdominal spiracle, lateral longitudinal tracheal trunk. Here you can see the ventral longitudinal tracheal trunk, transverse commissures, then eighth abdominal spiracles. Spiracles means what? The organs of respiration. The exchange of gases is going to take place. So the respiratory system in cockroach consists of a network of trachea. So what is trachea here? Trachea opens to outside by 10 pairs of small holes called spiracles. Here you can see, as I said, spiracles. On lateral side of the body, you can see the small holes here. Here you can see the small holes. They are called as spiracles. On the lateral sides of the body, what do you mean by lateral sides? At the sides of the body of the animal. So trachea gives rise to branching tubes called tracheal tubes, which is subdivided into tracheoles. Here you can see it is subdivided into tracheoles. So opening of spiracles is regulated by valves called sphincters. See how unique this system is, like how we are unique in human being. See how different it is in case of cockroach. Right? So movement of air takes place by diffusion and directly to the cell. Diffusion, as you all know, against the concentration gradient, movement of gases from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. So exchange of gases takes place at the tracheoles by diffusion. So I repeat, the respiratory system consists of network of trachea. Trachea opens to outside by 10 pairs of small holes called spiracles. Here you can see on lateral side of the body. Trachea gives rise to branching tubes called what? Tracheal tubes, which is subdivided into tracheoles. Then opening of spiracles is regulated by valves, or what we call it as sphincters. Then movement of air takes place by diffusion and directly to the cell. And exchange of gases takes place at the tracheoles by diffusion. Then moving on to the excretion. Already we have discussed about the excretory organs, that is the Malpighian tubules, which are the organs of excretion in case of cockroach. In earthworm, nephridia. Nephridia were the organs of excretion. In earthworm, it is the Malpighian tubules, around 100 to 150 yellow thread-like structures called Malpighian tubules found in between the midgut and the hindgut. Here you can see the Malpighian tubules. So excretion is performed by Malpighian tubules. So each tubule is lined by glandular and ciliated cells, and they absorb nitrogenous waste from the hemocoel and convert it into uric acid and pour into the hindgut. Hence, cockroach is called uricotelic animal. Why? Because it excretes uric acid as the nitrogenous waste. Aquatic animals will eliminate what? Ammonia. As we know, ammonia is highly toxic. Urea is less toxic. Uric acid is least toxic. Ammonia is highly toxic, poisonous, and easily soluble in water. So obviously, we come across the aquatic animals eliminating the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea, in the form of ammonia. Higher animals like mammals, they excrete the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea. Then the lower animals like cockroach, like insects and reptiles will eliminate the nitrogenous waste in the form of uric acid. They are called as uricotelic animals. So nephrocytes and uricose glands are also assist in excretion. So excretion is performed by Malpighian tubules. Each tubule is lined by glandular and ciliated cells. They absorb nitrogenous waste from the hemocoel and convert it into uric acid and pour it into the hindgut. Here you can see they pour it into the hindgut. Hence, cockroach is called as what? Uricotelic animal. Why? Because the nitrogenous waste it is going to eliminate is in the form of pellets called uric acid. Hence, they are called as uricotelic animals. So, even along with them, the nephrocytes and uricose glands also assist in excretion. Hope you have understood the concepts of this wonderful animal called cockroach. So we have studied about the digestive system, then the respiratory system, and the excretory system. So in the coming session, we'll be dealing with the remaining anatomical features of this wonderful animal called cockroach. Till then, goodbye and thank you.